you spent so much of your energy and your time building this business, and you meet Jocko, right? And you don't even like, you just do a handshake, like
Yeah.
to share this thing. Can you tell me a little bit more about like that relationship and kind of what you saw in him that was like that allowed you to trust him in that way to be a part of your business?
Well, I will share with you that story. I'm not sure if I've ever shared it this way before, but when we first connected, we got on a Zoom call, and the first time we ever talked, we were on a Zoom call for 4 hours.
Wow.
And he got off the Zoom call. He was at home. I was in my office, and his wife said to him, she said, "Jocko, it sounded like you were talking to yourself." And so we kind of had this immediate kind of connection. He's a New England boy. He spent, half his time in Maine and half his time in Connecticut growing up. His dad taught in Maine during the summers, and I think taught in Connecticut, the rest of the year. So just a New England boy, grew up in a similar fashion. So we kind of had that immediate connection. And then when I said to Jocko, I was like, we had this small nutritional thing we were trying to do through Origin, selling some supplements and whatnot. And I remember Jocko had like a big contract with another brand at the time, and they were paying him a lot of money to sponsor his podcast. This it was On It, actually.
Okay.
And I remember saying to Jocko, like, listen, if we're in, like, we're all in, like, we're going to have all the skin in the game, not just a piece of it. And I was like, how do you feel about that? And, he, after walking around Portland, Maine for 2 hours, going back and forth, I asked him to abandon a major income stream. And when we shook hands, he had abandoned that income stream.
Mm.
And I knew right there that I was working with somebody who is, and I hate to say, like, was going to work with me at the level I needed to be met, I guess is the right way of saying it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we were on Montana a couple of weeks ago, and he's like, yeah, well, my wife Helen said, if there's anybody that works as hard as you, Jocko, it's probably Pete. So it's just like, I can get up in the morning at 5:30 in the morning, and be like, hey, what do you think about this idea? Or what do you and he'll be right there, and we'll be firing ideas, like, we don't need coffee, we don't need anything. It's just like boom, 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 or at midnight, the same way. So he's always on. And I needed somebody that could meet me at that level, that ADHD kind of level. Like, you wake up and your mind's on fire and your ass is on fire and you're ready to go. And honestly, that drives a lot of people nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of people they can't deal with that, with being on with that. And not saying intensity, but just, I guess it's like sheer force of will to want to do something, and get shit done. Like, I don't need time to warm up in the morning. I don't need to, drink coffee and, do all that shit. Like, I'm up and I'm on, and he is too. So there was a few key things that really made it work. And I remember I'm just saying, bro, if we do this, it's going to be like the perfect storm. So that's kind of like the inside thing. We call it the perfect storm. So we're working on a few things that right now that are pretty massive. And I would say within the next 5 years, Origin will probably be a household name. Probably 1 out of 10 households in the US will know who we are. So we're working on some fun stuff. We've got some good things in the works to really become America's next big brand. So it's been a lot of fun.